Hello, fourth grade readers and writers. Welcome back to ELA School, Away from School, and I'm your virtual teacher, Mrs. Ewing. All right, so we're on daily lesson 18 today, and we're going to be working with our same article, and we're going to be thinking back of the work that we've done all week and doing our quiz today. So let's go ahead and review our guiding questions. What can we learn from the process of ratifying the 19th Amendment? How can stories inspire us to take action to contribute to a better world? And how and why can we encourage and support others to contribute to a better world? So let's grab our materials. We're going to need that same article we've been using all week, The Many Black Women Who Helped to Build the Civil Rights Movement. You're going to need lesson 18, your lesson 18 quiz, and a pencil. So go ahead and pause this video and grab your materials now. All right, great. Now that we have our materials, let's review our learning targets. I can refer to details and examples in a text when answering questions about what the text says explicitly and when drawing inferences from the text. So just a reminder, we can draw, so there's two ways that we can answer questions, right? And kind of gather that information. We can do it from what the text says explicitly, which means explicitly is right there in the text. And then to answer those questions, we're also going to have to draw inferences. So remember, that's what we know, what the text tells us, and then we put it together to read between the lines to actually be able to answer the questions. We have to do some thinking around that. All right, so what do we know? What's the text telling us? And do some further thinking to draw some inferences to answer those questions on our quiz today. All right, so let's remind ourselves of the text. So with a family member, a caregiver, or a friend, reread The Many Black Women Who Helped to Build the Civil Rights Movement. If you need it read again or read aloud again, remember if you go back to daily lesson 15, I read that aloud. All right, pause this video and reread the text. All right, good. Now that we've read that text, let's go ahead and think. Remember the work we've done this week. So we found the main idea of the article. That was back in supporting details. That was in daily lesson 15. We found the meaning of words and phrases in daily lesson 16. We thought about the effects of early Black women activists, right? So that was in daily lesson 17. So go ahead and think back to the work we've done all week and look back over those note catchers to help remind yourself of that work. All right, pause this video and do that now. All right, now let's have some conversations. With your family member, your caregiver, or your friend, talk about the following questions. What is the main idea of this article? Now remember, I can go back to daily lesson 15 to help remind ourselves of that main idea. So pause this video and talk about this now. All right, good. What are the main ideas of the sections that we reread this week? So remember, we reread, looking at my article now, we reread that section that the subheading is on the first page, but then it goes on to the second page, but it's titled Even in the Background, Women Made History. And then we also reread this week the section that's all the way at the end, Black Women Are Going to Lead the Way. So go ahead, pause this video, and I want you to discuss what are the main ideas of those two sections that we reread this week. All right, good. Now I want you to discuss what are some important details in this text. And remember, we talked about there are details that are important and there's details that are interesting. Right? So sometimes the author just puts interesting details in there, but it's not necessarily important. Important details are those details that support the main idea of the text. So go ahead and talk about what are some of the important details in this text. All right, great. So now we've reread the text. We've reviewed and thought about what have we done this week. We've done some talking. All right, we're ready to take our quiz. So I want you to pause this video and answer the questions on your lesson 18 quiz. Take your time, find those answers in the text. Remember, some are going to be explicitly stated in the text and some you're going to have to infer, right? So use what you know, what the text is telling you to read between the lines or think further to help answer those questions. All right, pause this video and do that now. All right, great. I want you to share your quiz with someone. Tell them why you chose the answers that you chose. Prove it to them. Go in that text and prove it to them, right? Then once you complete this assignment, remember to read a book with a family member, a caregiver, or a friend for at least 20 minutes. And then once you've completed that, we're going to practice that fluency. So use a timer. Remember, it can be a cell phone timer, a kitchen timer. You can have somebody count to 60 for you. So read that passage for a minute. Count the words that you read. Write that number at the top of your text. Remember, we should see it going up each day as we practice this article. Great work today, guys. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we complete that writing activity. All right, see you then.